like a real thing you sent me? This from a science blog?
Everything I send you is real.
No, it isn't. First
Yes.
of all, everything he just sends me is not real.
It is.
But you sent me this link that people are getting paid to poop.
Yes, they're getting paid for their poop.
You mean wait, not just to poop. You have to poop and then give it to somebody?
Yes, you're selling your poop. So there's some labor
Why?
involved.
First of
Scooping,
all,
containering,
Why?
all that sort of thing. For people are making $13,000 a year selling their poop.
I see that.
Yes, I did not read any more of the article than that.
And
You know why? Why? Because immediately I thought, this is a great topic for the show. Even people who sell their poop are earning more than probably a majority of mobile DJs.
yeah, making this
Every year.
$13,000 a year, and all you got to do is poop into a jar.
Yes. So that is the bar. You have to make to be a legitimate professional DJ, you have to make at least $14,000 or
You gotta
$13,001 a year and earn more to be considered professional than what you can make selling your poop.
So I wonder if you could make more if you ate more and you had more like laxatives.
Is that what it says in the
Would
article?
would that up your yearly income?
I didn't read the article.
Just
I have
eat like
no
all
idea.
the time, and then after every meal have some milk of magnesia. So the grams of poop that you're making more grams.
I don't know that quantity is what they're looking for.
The going rate is $40 per donation with a $50 kicker for those who come in 5 days a week. This translates into $250 a week or $13,000 a year.
You know, between selling poop, plasma, and giving blood, you could not work a day in your life.
Your body is a going concern.
Your body can sustain you in ways you have no idea.
So
just sharing your fluids and stuff you were going to throw away anyway.
So, Mrs. Herman, what does your son do for a living?
He's a recycler.
He excretes. he excretes
and recycles
and gets paid. He sits around, excretes, and gets paid.
Right.
We're very proud.
But he eats lots of fiber.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't, he doesn't eat.
He's gonna it's really directly correlated.
Really, honestly.
Yes, we've stooped as low as South Park and not nearly as funny. This is the Bill and Jason Show. I'm Jason Jones. That's Bill Herman.
I'm not Jason Jones.
Everything that is said on this show is true, and you can take that to the bank.
Because we find it on the internet. There's no lies on the internet.
And the internet is all completely true to somebody who wrote it, and we know that to be an absolute fact. You know what?
ILF Science Blog.
So, besides our silly topics, we like to talk about the great comments that we get on our show.
We have actually been getting comments from people because we've been asking for years.
Oh, Bill, don't make it sound like we never get comments.
We always get comments, and today we're going to talk about some of them.
Right, because they're particularly good.
Yeah.
One of the fast shows that you can check out if you haven't seen it is the new niche in the wedding DJ industry.
Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
And in summary, Bill and I talked about this new company called Enticing Entertainment that was actually packaging like circus type acts and a lot of different kind of performance art and things like that.
Right, to create an experience in an event.
Yeah, and to put it in a way that it could work within somebody's wedding decor, wedding experience, and that sort of thing.
An entertainment experience.
And selling it to them. And then what we launched into is we talked about like people are hungry for this and paying a premium for it.
Right.
And what is it that we're talking about? Somebody who will create an experience for them. Something that is different, unique, moving, touching. And you don't need a trapeze artist to do that.
Right.
And we were talking about the entertainment experience a little bit.
Right. And how we've been talking about that and how it's one of the things that we teach students in our workshop.
Yes. And so Old Dude DJ actually made a comment.
Old Dude? Oh, dude.
Old Dude DJ.
We were just talking about duty, so.
Right.
Speaking of old dude
DJ. And he was saying, what? So do I have to become a wedding event planner to make the leap to that in order to be competitive? Or to, as he put it, do I have to be an Imagineer to be competitive as a DJ?
No.
No. In fact, to compete as a DJ, all you have to do is strictly DJ.
Right.
Show up and play music and be really great at playing music.
Right. And you will compete as a DJ.
Exactly. And the cap, the value cap among consumers around that would be, well, it can vary.
It can vary.
You can make yourself into a celebrity DJ. You can elevate your craft and your image. I know people who have done that. Jason Jani has successfully done that really, really well.
Right.
He's an exceptional DJ, does an amazing job, charges a premium, gets a premium. It works for him. He's done that.
On the other coast, we've got our friend in Seattle.
Yes, that's right. And he does it too. What is it, David Gaeta?
Yeah, it's David Gaeta.
Who's our friend in Seattle?
Yeah,
You're making me look dumb. We didn't talk about this in advance.
Yeah, David Gaeta. It is.
Or is it Calvin Harris?
It's Calvin. Well, Calvin and David, when they work together, they do really, really well.
In Seattle.
Right, in Seattle.
Right. As they're watching episodes of Portlandia together.
Exactly.
Right? Really trying to understand the culture where they are.
So what we're trying to tell old dude DJ is, no, you don't have to make any kind of a leap. It's about it's a point of view. It's a point of view around using entertainment to do the same thing as any planner would do. Well, because you're looking at it from your perspective and how what you do will impact the room. Very often planners don't see how an entertainment can affect the room, except that it can affect it in a negative way. So they try to minimize it. Whereas we can see the positive impact and we see it from that point of view, and then creating from that point of view, you get to see how creative you really, really are.
Yeah, I think that one of the things that's missing for a lot of people when we talk about the entertainment experience is that they try to look at it from the point of view of like, how does this make me a better DJ? And the answer to that question is it doesn't. It doesn't make you a better DJ.
No.
What it does is it gives you something to offer that people are willing to pay a premium for, and the skills in which to offer that are outside of the realm of just DJing in a niche that is lucrative and that customers are looking to spend money on.
Right.
That's what it gives you. Something new, fresh, and different in approach.
Completely agreed.
And not to be like a different DJ or better, but it's like, here's a completely new avenue to go. You're already suited to do it. You've got most of the skills to do it.
Right.
You've got pretty much just about everything you need. The only thing you need is a little different point of view. And boom, you're in a business that people are willing to shell out much more money than for just the DJ service.
Because you are part of the positive experience that's happening in the room and moving it forward towards its main goal and main objective. And people like Austin Beaver in Seattle, whose name we finally came up with, and
David Gaeta and Calvin Harris,
and those two
who
guys
they learned from.
Right, exactly. And if not for Austin Beaver, those two guys wouldn't exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So to answer your other question, old dude DJ, is that can you do this without having control of the whole event? No. And part of the point of view is what you can do once you do take control of the whole event. And
well,
what
control,
that looks like.
control seems for some people seems to be like a really negative, like I have to be in control. It's more of taking ownership of it and understanding that everything you do will have an impact on every little thing, so that you know when you need to have control, because if you just give it up and have no impact at all, then you are treated as something that doesn't have an impact, right?
Well, and I look at it like being king collaborator. Like, who is the best collaborator in the room? It's like, hey, everybody, I'm so excited that you're here. So here's the plan. This is how we're going to work together so we can all get the best shots. And
it's all about impacting towards that goal, as opposed to impacting it so that I look really good, and I know how to do that.
Well, it's not
about that.
How you approach people.
Right.
If I go up and go, Bill, I'm glad you're here. Now I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. And you don't work for me, your reaction is probably going to be like,
shut up.
I'll do my own thing.
Who the hell are you? You're just a DJ.
Stay back. Yeah. Or fill in the blank.
Shut up.
Anybody that tells you that, right?
Yeah.
So instead of like,
hat-wearing weirdo.
Happy to see you. This is so great. Today's event is going to be just awesome. Now, I want to share some things because I'm creating what happens with this couple.
Right.
So I want to just share some things so you know what's happening, so you can put yourself in the best shot to get the best shots, or the best place to get the best shots.
Right.
Sound good?
I'd love that.
Awesome. Okay.
Nobody does that for me.
So we're gonna do this over here, and it's gonna walk over there, and then they're gonna smile, and then when we do the toast, like dad's gonna stand by the daughter. So wherever you think you need to be, because you know best where you need to be.
Wow, you're making my job so much easier.
Right.
Thank you, weird guy in hat.
Exactly. And they're like, oh, this is awesome. You're awesome. Which is getting the same result.
Yeah.
Without saying,
without
I'm in charge.
Yeah, without being a bully.
I am in charge, and I'm going to dominate you into making this awesome.
Thank you, underdog.
Or the other point of view, which is to sit back and go, I knew that was going to happen. Oh, ouch. Oh, boy, this is going terrible. If only they had asked me. Too bad.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I'll just throw on the Cha-Cha Slide.
Well, of course.
You pick. No,
who doesn't play that at least
Cupid
a couple
Shuffle
times
now.
a year?
That's more. That's
no.
more
That's the Cha-Cha Slide.
Right. Yeah. I just throw that on and my kids won't settle down.
Yeah, I that's what wakes me up in the morning.
Put it on a loop.
I just my right foot starts going and my left, and then I hop right out of bed.
Right. If you adapted lyrics and you're in the shower.
So it's really cool that we're getting all these comments. Were there any others that I didn't see that we could? I mean, or were they just talking about that show, or what are was there another one we wanted to talk about, or another show that was really awesome? Because we did do some damned awesome shows that people have made some comments about.
We did do that. I'm trying to think of what that was the biggest comment that I wanted
really?
to react to.
I liked all the ones that said, "You guys are great. We think you're awesome.
We love the show.
We love the show."
There are those two, and to those, I'm sorry, we'll change it.
Or thank you.
And thank you. Yes, exactly.
Because that wasn't from my mother. We don't read my mother's comments on this show. No.
And she always brings up inappropriate things and stuff about your past.
Yeah, honestly, she doesn't know how to make comments on YouTube. She just calls me and yells at me.
Right, and says, type this into YouTube.
What is wrong with you?
Will you log into my account?
I thought you told me you had a better job than this. Are you making any money yet?
Well, she probably just puts it all on the birthday train on the AM station in town, figuring that's the way to get a message to you. Because, that's how she thinks. She's old, Yeah. So, anyway, one of the things that we will like to talk about on the show is, we talk about the range between performance and business and that sort of thing. And one of the biggest things that's almost cliche anymore is like customer service.
Yes.
Like I am doing a speech on customer service. And my immediate thought is like, I don't care.
Right.
Like, big deal. But what I have started doing.
Give the customer what they want, smile and take it. That's customer service.
Right. Give them exactly what, No. What people are trained to do is give the customer exactly what they're asking for.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. And in doing that, what percentage of the time do you think you'll actually give them what they want?
Not often at all, because most people don't really know what they want, or they don't know how to communicate what they want.
Or they're trying to figure out what they want,
right?
And they're really calling to get help with that. Mm-hmm. And if you see this, to me, this is what differentiates a professional and an amateur. And,
right.
And I don't even know, because I think that is the bar, that's the line,
That's one of them,
probably. And it exists but people perceive it not as professional amateur. They perceive it as exceptional. And that's about what I'd expect.
Yeah.
Kind of thing like that. And it's like, it's really not difficult to do. Mm-hmm. It's not difficult at all.
No.
It's like really like literally the point of view that you're coming from. So why did this even come up for me?
I'd like to know.
I recently left the empire of Network Solutions. So it's like, so long, I'm going with the rebels. I jumped ship and I went over to GoDaddy.
You couldn't blow up the Death Star before you left? Fine.
No. I'm just making a quick exit.
Okay.
To get away from there. And so I'm bringing everything over, and they've been helping me with some of the technical stuff.
At GoDaddy.
At GoDaddy, because I'm not real technical. Now, I was talking to them about moving my hosting package.
Right.
And I talked to 3 different people because I wasn't ready to do it right away because I had some more time and I wanted to spread the expense because I'm moving some domains and things like that. Mm-hmm. So I'm just trying to spread out that expense. So the first person I talked to said, okay, well, this is the package that you would need. You would want definitely the WordPress, blah, 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 hosting package.
Right.
I'm like, okay, all right, that sounds great. And so I said, well, I will, I'll remember that, and then
when I call back
and I'm ready, then I'll set that up.
Right.
So I called back and I talked to somebody different, and and I said, well, the first person I talked to said I should have this WordPress package. He says, oh, no, you don't need that one. He's like, no, that's not the one for you. I got this one and it's cheaper. And I'm like, wow,
even better.
You're talking. I'm like, well, can I do this and can I manage my sites? Oh yeah, you can do all that. And I get email? Yeah, you get email. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you get all that. It all comes in there.
And it's all cheaper.
So
he's doing you a favor.
Geez, he's doing me a great favor.
Yeah.
He found me a cheaper solution.
Right.
So I went ahead and I signed up for that. And then I remembered the first girl saying that they would assist me in actually moving my WordPress sites over.
Yes.
So I called back and I said, I'm trying to figure out online here how to start this transfer process. And the third girl says, oh, no, that doesn't come with your package at all. I said, well, what do you mean? Oh, no, you pretty much kind of have to be a developer to use that one. That's like you upload all your own files and manage all that yourself. None of that is really supported.
Right.
I'm like, oh,
You're
that's
not that guy.
That's not what I need.
No.
I'm not a web guy. And I explain this to everyone. They're like, oh, no, you really need this one that has all those kind of things.
Right.
And I said, I'm really kind of frustrated because I'm getting something different from everybody I talk to all the way around. And this isn't like this. My gripe is not that GoDaddy service is bad. Their service is great.
It is. I've never had a problem with
Outstanding.
GoDaddy. I like GoDaddy, and I'm expecting that GoDaddy will like me right back for saying so.
That's right. Like my page. So anyway, it's like they're exceptional, and they have a good culture, it appears, because they sound happy on the phone.
Right.
They're very pleased and eager. They'll sit on the phone for as long as you want. Once I had to go to the bathroom and I had to sit there a long time, they hang in there with me.
Yeah, it was nice of them.
It was really nice.
Good thing you don't have that smell thing going on with the phone that most people have.
Thank goodness. So their job would be really hard.
Wow.
So anyway, what I came to realize, and this happens a lot.
Yeah.
This happens a lot, where I'll call someplace and I'll say, this is what I think that I want, what I think I need. And they're like, yep, got one of those. Here you go.
Yep.
What else? And then I'll take it and I'll be like, that's not what I needed to get the job done. Right. And then those that are considered exceptional are the ones that take time that says, well, now, what are you doing?
Talk about what you're doing.
And what skills do you have?
And why is it important to you?
And what is important in your business? And you were talking about in another episode, you were talking about marketing, how irritating it is when the marketing doesn't match.
Right.
And everybody, here's the kicker. Okay, everybody markets. We'll give you exactly what you need. Call us, nothing more. Exactly what you need. We're the ones. We'll get that for you.
Right.
But that's not what they have people trained to do.
No, they're usually trained to take an order
to give you what you asked for.
Right. And then charge you for it.
And then get off the phone and be done with that transaction or whatever that is.
Right.
Get off
and when
the
you call
consultation.
back, it'll be easier to add more things to it as well.
And if you think about the implication of this within like a DJ business or in the entertainment business,
right.
and somebody calls up and says like, I want a DJ.
You got it. I'll
Sure.
be there on Saturday.
I'll give you a DJ.
I'll send you a contract.
And this is what it'll cost.
That's all it took, and I'm done for the
Versus
day.
finding out like, well, what kind of event are you having, and what is it that you're looking for?
Why
besides
do you want a DJ?
Music. Why do you want a DJ? Right, instead of a band or something else. And why did you make this choice? Like really finding out like what it is that they really, really what they want, not what they think they want with the limited information that they have.
Well, and to be able to get to what they need, you also need to know what's important to them and why it's important to them so that you can go, oh, now that I understand why you're calling, what's important to you around this purchase, these are the things that I can do to come to that solution, as opposed to, I'm a DJ. I can come to any solution. You said you wanted a DJ. I'm a DJ. Good night. Thank you very much. Problem is, we have no idea what their expectations are. So when we show up with what we think a DJ is, and we don't show up with what they think a DJ is, then we have clients that we think are difficult. And that's not true at all.
Right. It's just that we're not taking the time to find out what they really, really want.
And what's important and why.
Assuming what they want. And here's the thing. Operating that way is not inherently a bad way to operate.
No.
It's just very limited in terms of the revenue you can do.
Correct.
You're strictly stuck in a realm of volume to where you have to do a volume of business at a low margin with dealing with, at the same time, a high rate of dissatisfaction.
Right.
Or let's say a medium to high rate of dissatisfaction, with refunds and things like that. When actually just looking from the point of view of not being the guy that's just trying to give him the cheapest option because that's what's going to be most attractive because that's what he thought. Well, this is what he'll buy and I'll make a sale.
Right.
But rather like, oh, let's figure out what it is that you really, really want to have and really want to experience.
Right.
And now you've got a situation where some clients, they buy all of your add-ons and they buy everything. And it's like you were so taking care of them because you tuned into what they really needed and wanted to have.
Right.
Never mind needed, what they wanted to have for that experience. Right. I wanted to have a completely assisted experience managing my WordPress sites. I don't want to think about backups and junk like that. I'm a coach. I want to focus on that.
Right.
Not the other stuff.
Right.
So instead, I get the person's like, oh, this is the package you need because she was listening and speaking to that.
Right, exactly. And that speaks too to the lots of those people who might look at what you and I do and then say, well, I want to do the same thing, but I got no idea how to sell that to them. Well, it's not really about selling anything to them. It's another skill that you acquire, another way of listening so that you can take what you already know and, like you said, come to what they are actually needing. You can serve them around what they want and why they want it, and actually, coddle their needs. And that is worth more, way more.
Yeah.
And they don't think twice now. They don't look at that, and you can say, I'm going to charge this much. And they don't look at that and say, well, the DJ who I talked to for 3 minutes on the phone said it would be this much. They don't even do that anymore. Because now you're really, really speaking to their needs and what is important and why it's important. And because of it, they are expecting that I've got somebody who's really going to take care of me. I don't got to worry about this now. I don't just have, hopefully I got a good one. Hopefully I got seen the bad ones. Hopefully I got a good one. No, they know because you really cared. Way before you've even told them how good you are. Way before they've seen any video of you or heard from your testimonials. It's the care that you're putting into their needs and wants and desires and the why around it. Just in that in itself says, well, how could I go wrong with somebody that cares this much about it?
Exactly. Hey, leave your comments below. We would love to hear your feedback on this. What companies have you interacted with that gave you just what you asked for compared to companies you've interacted with that have given you what you wanted because they figured it out with you what you really wanted and really need to be the solution that you wanted to have.
That's
and then
a great idea.
what does that tell you about your business? Gosh, write us books and paragraphs. Leave it down below.
Yeah, we might even talk about you like old dude DJ.
That's right.
Thanks
We're
again.
going to talk about him every week because, old dude DJ, what the best
He's
handle in the world?
Apparently got nothing better to do than sit around and blog on us, man.
Hey, come on. That's a very valuable thing to do.
Thank you very much.
All right, that's it for the Bill and Jason Show. We'll talk to you next week.
Bye.
Broadcasting from high atop planet Earth at a rate of 96 kilobytes sampled per second over the interweb in an effort to stop glorifying being busy. This has been an Entertainment Experience production.